Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Planeswalkers Pub. I'm your host, Aaron.
And I'm Tom. Today we're going to be talking about potential gifts for Magic players.
Yeah, but before that, let's talk about the fact that both Eric and RJ aren't here. With the holiday, I know, right? It's really hilarious. With the holiday coming up, it got a little crazy, and they couldn't actually show up for this week's episode. So I decided just to call up Tom, and he was like, hey, sure, I'll be there in like an hour.
Which turned into like 3 hours.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. It's fine. Speaking of the holidays, there actually will not be an episode next week. Mainly because that is Christmas week, and the way that our editing system works, that would force us to edit through Christmas, and we're not doing that because we're just not. We deserve a break too.
Because they're unionized.
And we're unionized, so that's just how that works.
That's a lie. They work for me.
Whatever you say, boss. Speaking of bosses, let's also mention our friends over at tcgplayer.com.
Whoop,
In the
whoop.
description box below is our affiliate link that will take you over to tcgplayer.com. When you click the link down there, it'll let them know that we sent you. You're going to be buying cards anyway, so want to help a channel at the same time. I also want to mention the fact that we're on Spotify as well as iTunes and Google Play. So you can check us out over there. But if you're listening on YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to stay up to date on all the newest episodes.
I do want to say something quick about how cool it is that we're now on Spotify, because now you can download the episodes and listen to them offline if you have Spotify Premium.
Yeah, as well as just like anywhere like in your car or something like that. You don't have to worry about just glancing around.
Oh, it's great to listen to while you're at work.
Now that's done, let's switch over to our signature card.
Every episode of the Planeswalkers Pub will feature a signature card that may or may not relate to the episode's topic. Today's signature card will be Ashes to Ashes. Ashes to Ashes is 1 and 2 black, sorcery. Exile 2 non-artifact creatures. Ashes to Ashes deals 5 damage to you. I think this card would be good in most black decks. Probably my Ore Job deck it would be good in. Like we were talking about earlier, it's like a double Sword to Plowshares.
Basically. Or like a double like Path to Exile or something like that. I like it just because it says exile. Most things in black usually say destroy, or like, kill or something like that. Shoutouts to Murder, one of my favorite black cards in all of existence. This gets rid of troublesome things. It says, it's like a non-artifact creature, but that's like 90% of Magic. So with Ashes to Ashes, exiling 2 creatures is always great. This way you don't have to worry about them. Downside,
except for if you're playing white and you play Pull from Eternity like an a-hole like I do.
Yeah, but no one plays that.
Well, now that they're listening to the podcast, if you want to get around Ashes to Ashes and you're playing white, play Pull from Eternity. It pulls target creature out of exile and into your graveyard. It's great for when somebody exiles your fucking World Gorger dragon when you're trying to do your combo. And then you just have to do it next turn.
So Pull from Eternity is a single white for an instance. Put target face up card that's removed from the game into its owner's graveyard. Yeah, so that's, yeah.
Yeah, that card's really good.
I like the fact that it is an instant, which is kind of nice. So it's like, hey, like, end of your turn, or like, while you're trying to combo off for a second, I'm going to go ahead and just exile it from your graveyard. Okay, cool.
I'm going to take it back.
I'm going to take it back.
Can go fuck
keep
yourself.
Going.
No, it's pretty great. It's pretty great when somebody thinks they're really slick and you're just like, no, dude, I have the answers for you.
It's like, don't worry about it. I got this. But yeah, Ashes to Ashes, really, really cool card. Downside to sorcery, but upside, who fucking care? You're giving it 2 things.
It also deals 5 damage to you with EDH does not matter because you mount an epic comeback from 1 life.
Yeah, as most people...
Deck myself out to 1 life? Sure, go.
Go down, just happen to be playing, serious, just dredge, go down to 1 land, and go down to, 1 card in library. It's fine. I'm fine.
Totally fine. This is totally... All these things are totally fine. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. All right. So switching over to our main topic. So today we're actually talking about gifts you can give to Magic the Gathering players, either their friends or your family members. If you yourself are in your playgroup and you're like, hey, I don't know what to give one of my friends, take this list into kind of consideration.
This is assuming your friends give you gifts.
This is also assuming that your friends give you gifts.
It's also assuming that the people you play with in your playgroup actually like you. So buying gifts for Magic players is something super cool you can do for us because cards are very expensive. Things are very expensive. It's not just printed cardboard rectangles. It's also protectors for your printed cardboard rectangles, boxes to put your protected cardboard rectangles in.
Yeah, other things to protect your protected cardboard things. But
yeah.
So the point with this list, let's just get straight into it. Number one thing, in my opinion, to actually give a Magic the Gathering person is money.
That's anybody.
I know it's anybody, but it's more or less
anyone.
But it's more for us because this is like Magic is expensive.
That's like playing at level 1.
It is. Now, granted, some people are like, I want to actually physically give a gift. I don't really want to just give them money or anything in that sense. But realistically, it's harder for us Magic players to explain to a non-Magic player what we want. Well, outside of the other essentials that we're going to mention on our list, but specific cards or anything in that sense, versus money is just an easy, hey, we can pick this up or do this other thing, or maybe spend and splurge to add additional money to it to buy that Gaia's Cradle that we don't actually need, or they expropriate that we totally need because, combos are a decent thing that we do.
Needs expropriate, but not Gaia's Cradle. I see where your priorities lie.
I only have the one token deck, so it's like, I don't need Gaia's Cradle.
Oh, well, then it sounds like you need to build better decks.
No, that's not. I've got, what is it? The Growing Rights of Itlamok. That's basically Gaia's Cradle.
Got him.
Growing Rights is basically Gaia's Cradle, so it's fine.
But it's not.
But it is once it flips over. It's actually better because it can tap by itself. Gaia's Cradle can't do anything with no creatures on the field. The next thing on our actual list of things to potentially buy are playmats. These are things that we...
Giant mouse pads for the uninitiated.
Yes, giant mouse pads for the uninitiated. However, do not buy a giant mouse pad and call it a playmat. They are two separate different things.
They are literally the same thing.
But they're not, though.
But they are.
But a mouse... here's the thing. A mouse pad's fabric actually is... rougher than a playmat's, which means picking up your cards is actually slightly more of a pain in the ass.
Well, if your cards are sleeves, this won't be a problem.
True, I guess, but
I guess.
Playmats are a nice way of actually showing off both the Magic player's personality or something that they like. There is a website called Inked Game, Inked.
Dude, if somebody bought me a playmat, I would be. Yeah, it's Inked Gaming.
Yeah, Inked Gaming, or just go over to Ultra Pro. And actually, you can make a custom one. Things that you can all just casually find if you go through tcgplayer.com/PlaneswalkersPop. Ink Game is actually really cool though because you can create a custom playmat that maybe doesn't exist in the actual world. Maybe you've got if you want to go the full route of, hey, I want my family just on my playmats. I don't know why you would.
Oh, that would be hilarious. That'd be hilarious because nobody in my family plays Magic. I think the best playmat would be my parents looking at me disapprovingly.
I would actually use that. I would use the fuck out of that, actually.
Oh, yeah, right? I feel like every time I play it, it's just what are you doing? Why are you not doing anything else but playing a children's card game? Because it's cool, Mom and Dad.
It's not a phase, God.
You don't know the first thing about being cool, God.
Anyway, playmats are a really nice thing to give people, as well as the fact that they're only usually 20-ish.
Oh, they're cheaper than that. You can get playmats for $10.
Yeah.
You can get playmats for $10 online.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Playmats are always a nice thing to just give someone.
Oh, something cool you can do, you can get custom playmats made in the middle of the mall, at those t-shirt places. Mm-hmm. I have one that I got Decks Out for Harambe stamped on.
Just get a blank playmat and then just get there hey,
it's
can you just
a black
put this?
playmat, and I got these 3-inch gaudy gold letters that say Decks Out for Harambe.
There's an idea right there. I love it.
It was the best $40 I ever spent. I spent $20 on the playmat, and I didn't spend $20 in the mall.
I love it. It sounds great. The next thing, actually, we recommend are card sleeves. So the thing about...
Any variety.
But the thing about our game, for the most part, is that we have, once we mentioned beforehand, kind of expensive cards. We like to protect our kind of expensive cards from getting more beat up than they already are. Because as much as we joke about Gaia's Cradle being $300, it also was printed, 12 years ago?
Gaia's Cradle is in the Urza block, but I'm not sure which set.
The point is, the timing's on the date is actually on screen of when Gaia's Cradle first showed up, but it's been a while, and it's also passed several hands from there, so protecting your cards is always a good thing, especially for retrade value.
I also have cards like Tundra that were printed only in '94.
Yeah. So, cards like that really need to be protected.
Really, double-sleeved.
Yeah. The sleeve that we actually recommend for the most part, I used to swear by Ultra Pro and their Eclipse sleeves. I've recently started playing with the Dragon Shield sleeves, just because I like the designs and the colors and, I don't know, printing on stuff.
Yeah. Dragon's Shields definitely have a lot of neat niche colors. I don't necessarily like their gloss sleeves. I like their matte sleeves a lot. Their matte sleeves last a long time. That's what I had on my elf deck for the longest time, which actually need to be replaced. They've actually been on there for about a year.
Yeah.
Which is surprising for sleeves. I actually just re-sleeved the Zerdek in the new Katana sleeves from Ultimate Guard, and they are sexy.
Mm-hmm.
They are really nice. I also recommend, if you have those high-value cards and you're playing those decks, to double-sleeve your cards. I use the... I don't know if they're Ultra Pro, the Perfect Fit sleeves. Are they Ultra Pro or Dragon Shields?
I think those are Dragon Shields.
So do I. I don't even remember what they're called. Perfect.
I don't think Ultra Pro actually has any inner sleeves.
Well, okay. Well, the Perfect Fit sleeves are awesome.
Yeah.
I like those. I've actually just sleeved decks in those.
Okay. And they just rock just the...
Yeah, and just rock the Perfect Fits. Like, in tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I did that one time for a... we played, like, a structured pack tournament. What is it?
Like a draft or something.
Draft. Yeah, drafts. I don't really like drafts. But we played drafts, and I wanted to sleeve my deck because I don't like playing with unsleeved cards. So I bought a pack of the
inner sleeves and everything in that sense. For people that actually might or might not know about the inner sleeves versus the outer sleeves, this is going to sound very redundant, but there are smaller sleeves. So the card itself goes into the smaller sleeve, which is the inner sleeve, and then that sleeved card then goes into an actual sleeve, which then goes onto your playmat.
It gives more protection for your cards. Like, I have my deck sleeved upside down in the inner sleeve. Mm-hmm. So the top of the card goes in the sleeve first, and then you slide it into the other sleeve, so that, like, if something like water were to get on your cards, you would have to get through 3 sides all the way to the bottom of the card and up.
Yeah,
for the water
in order
to even get in.
It. Yeah. It's one of those things that's
why I don't like the side loaders on the Perfect Fits, because that gives you that edge
which
starts all the way up at the top. Yeah, the inner sleeve side loaders I would not recommend, though.
Yeah, just the regular actual inner sleeves.
If you're gonna double sleeve your cards, sleeve them upside down and then sleeve them the right way in the bigger sleeved way. That will protect your card. That is the best way I've ever seen to protect your cards.
Okay.
You could also triple sleeve them into the bigger sleeves and just play those fucking plastic sleeves, which I've seen people do.
I don't think if I ever need to triple sleeve anything, I probably should just make a proxy of that card and not actually physically play with it.
Wow.
No, I'm not triple sleeving for one bloody card. That's unnecessary. That's super unnecessary. When it comes to just like card sleeves, picking up a pack of card sleeves I always recommend actually just get the hundreds. Even if they're playing just standard or they don't actually play.
Always get 100 sleeves. Yeah. Always get the 100 packs. Don't waste your money on the 50s.
Or the 60s or anything in that sense.
Or the 60s.
Just because 100 this way, even if they don't play, like with Commander, we play with 100 cards, so we need the 100 sleeves.
Here we go. Moving into the next thing with sleeves. If you have the extra sleeves, you can take some of the cards that you're not using and sleeve them to put them in your trade binder.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be one of those super crazy trade binders. It can just be like, one of those binders you took to school, and then you can go get like a regular 3-ring binder, and you can get 100 of those baseball card sleeve holder things.
Yeah, that'll work
for $10 at Walmart.
Yeah,
that's what I did.
That works. If you do want to actually get a little bit more flashier and actually get a physical trade binder itself.
Check your local gaming store. Sometimes you can get them cheap. Sometimes they sell them used.
Not even that. Walmart, Kmart, Target, actually...
They're still $15.
They are still $15, but it's like, if you don't have a local game store near you, or if you don't feel like ordering online, that is kind of an option.
I paid $5 for mine used.
Well, either way.
You just got to keep your eye out at the game store. Sometimes they sell them.
Yeah.
Check online, too. You can usually get something really cheap online.
Exactly. And it's also nice because aside from the whole like money issue thing, we do also trade our collectible card game back and forth between different people. It's nice to kind of display that as opposed to just having a random little white box that you hand to people. I'm looking at you, Eric, to say, hey, here's my trades that I have. He had a what was it, the Amulet of Vigor, the one that's a 1 mana artifact, all if a permanent were to come and untaps instead. He had that just inside of this box next to like an Ugin or something. And I'm like, they were both unsleeved. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, well, you know, whatever. He also had like a fetch just in there. I'm like, what are you doing? But he has a trade binder. I'm like, put in your bloody binder. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. He angers me.
You know what? I can't say that I've never done something similar.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like, if you don't have a binder, that's one thing. I'm fine with you
I have
doing
like
that.
15 binders at my house.
You also have the other problem, which is you just have too many cards. So
Whoa. There is no such thing as too many. Get out of here with that shit, Aaron.
No, I feel like if you can have you and like 5, that's like you and like 12 of your friends come over and you all can make a commander deck out of just your stuff that you have at home, that's too many freaking cards.
0%. 12. You assume I have 12 friends.
Anyway,
we got the 7 and quit.
Yeah, right. It's like, well, whoa, this is too many people already. The last thing I actually want to mention, or at least recommend for buying, are the actual card cases themselves, or carrying cases for your cards. My recommendation is the Stanley 10 compartment toolbox. So just type in Stanley 10 compartments toolbox and it should pop up.
Dude, just go to Home Depot.
Literally Home Depot, Lowe's, not
Walmart.
so much. I'm not sure if they're actually at Walmart. I know they're going to be at.
Yeah, they are.
Typically, any hardware store would have it. Specifically, the 10 compartment one, or even like something similar to that, because ironically, it actually works better to carry our cards with than most other things.
There's a really nice one by Milwaukee. There's a really nice one by Stanley. There's a really nice one. Home Depot has a nice rigid one.
Mm-hmm. And they're only like $15, $20, not even.
I actually like carrying my cards in gun cases from Harbor Freight. They're Apache cases. They're like Pelicans.
Nice.
But they're cheaper, and if you use a 20% off coupon, they're really cheap. But they're supposed, they're supposed to be like waterproof. I would not throw it in water.
No, I don't.
But you can also stand on it, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, and one thing I do like about the Stanley as well is because I started originally my card holding selection was like a plastic bag and like some random cases. And it was fine, but it wasn't like, it didn't look nice. It wasn't very presentable.
One of my friends uses a metal ammo case.
Oh yeah, we versed him. Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
yeah, that's really, really sick. It's like it's very top shelf. It's
also from
nice.
Harbor Freight.
Getting someone an actual case.
See, look at all this advertising. We've advertised for Katana. We've advertised for Ultimate Guard. We've advertised for Home Depot, Lowe's. Look at all that product placement, man. We didn't get a cent from any of these guys. That is free advertisement, and you can't get that anywhere else. But
it's
here
fine.
at the Planeswalkers pub.
I can't stop them, guys. There's no one else here to help me. But the point is... okay, but the point is, with the actual case itself, I like it just because it's designed to be a
small parts holder.
Small parts holder, like nuts, bolts, screws, stuff like that. Sense.
That's exactly what it is.
But the cool thing is,
it fits decks perfectly.
We play Commander, which is 100 cards singleton. The point is with that is that it's 100 cards just sitting there, and that's. Most normal deck boxes won't actually hold 100 cards comfortably.
Yeah.
With these,
unless you buy like those shitty plastic ones.
Yeah, it's a whole entire thing.
I've broken so many of those.
Yeah, or like the...
and you can't fit a double sleeve deck in those boxes.
It's kind of a pain to hold that, especially if you have multiple different decks. With the Stanley thing, it's just 10 compartments you can hold. I have all of my Commander decks.
That's assuming you have 10 decks.
Even if you have like...
You're making a lot of assumptions here. You're assuming I have 12 friends, 10 decks? Oh my god.
Even if you have like 5 decks, that's 5 cases you would have to freaking carry normally instead of maybe your backpack or something like that.
Yeah. You definitely, if you have multiple decks like that, you definitely want to carry them in...
Yeah, something.
Like I have a Dice Tower box and I have a 2-deck flip box, and it's starting to get annoying to carry both of those.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay.
And the thing about the Stanley, like I said, is because I actually have dropped it once or twice. But the cool thing is,
Oh yeah,
It's designed to be dropped and banged around.
It's designed to be on the job site.
It's designed to be on the job site, which means that it's basically indestructible for what I'm using it for, which is great.
If you break the Stan Lee box by playing Magic, you deserve to call Stan Lee.
I'm about to say, you're doing, I don't know what kind of Magic you're playing, but you're doing it wrong. It's amazing. It's great. It holds more than enough freaking decks. As well as I've got, like, I put the two big, there's pictures up on screen right now, put the two big sections on the bottom, so this one section just has my playmats. But the point is, in fact, it holds all my decks, it holds that, it holds dice, it holds just a bunch of other crazier stuff, and it's all one neat little section. This way I don't have to worry about it. I can just pick this one thing up and go. But the point is, in fact, like, go into like PAX or even your local LGS or whatever, I just grab that, I'm walking, I know I have all my stuff, it's perfect.
It's good to carry one thing instead of multiple boxes because you don't want to be somewhere like PAX and have to put multiple boxes down because there's thousands of people there, thousands of people around your cards, and you don't want your cards stolen or you will be sad. I promise.
Or even worse, which has potentially happened before, is that you're not even at PAX, right? Let's just say you're at your local game store or something in that sense. You've got like your multiple decks out or whatever, your multiple deck boxes out, and then it's time to clean up. You get up, you walk out, you forget one box. It happens.
Other things you can buy Magic the Gathering players for Christmas is fun gag gifts. Like the shirt that I'm wearing underneath my Eagles shirt says "What the Elf" on it, and I really like to wear it when I play the Elf deck.
One thing about Magic players, for the most part, is that we are inherently geeks and nerds, so that just happens. So it is always okay most of the time to just pick up one of our shirts or whatever that just has something that's fun with Magic on it. Or if you want to make like a custom shirt, if you know that they're talking about this particular deck, like if they're like, you heard them in passing saying something about Brea, or like that's their favorite commander or whatever, you could always just get them a shirt with just Brea on the front, on the cover of it.
Oh God.
I mean, I wouldn't, because Brea is kind of iffy. But so we talked about the stuff that we actually recommend people to buy. Let's talk about just a few things that I personally don't believe that you should buy Magic the Gathering players, especially if you don't know. And that number one thing, in my opinion, is individual cards. So
yeah, that's a big one. Individual cards, unless you know the person and know the decks they play and know what they're looking for, I would not buy somebody individual cards.
Exactly.
If you would go say, hey, Tom, I want to spend X amount of dollars on cards for you, what are you looking for? Hell, I'll go to the store with you.
Yeah, at that point, then that's kind of what I recommend, is like either take them with you or ask their friends or their play group or something like that. Because with individual cards, you'll end up spending more, or more importantly with individual cards, you might overshoot. When it comes to Magic players, we're always hunting for cards, which means that we typically always either are in the process of buying it or have just traded it or something like that. You don't want to get into situations where, hey, I bought you this card. Oh, man, I just traded for that like 2 seconds ago. Like, that's the worst thing in the world, because you're like, okay, well, that's just officially useless. Or even just mentioning to them, like, hey, Magic the Gathering is your hobby. Just tell me, like, a few cards within, like, I don't know, a $50 budget or a $20 budget that you actually like. If someone came up to me and be like, hey, something $20 or whatever I want to get you from Magic, I'm like, okay, well, Sword of Fire and Ice. It's like $21. Boom.
I mean, if you play Magic and you're
not Fire and Ice,
if you play Magic and you're looking for Magic Gathering cards to buy somebody, I would go for Shocklands, Fetchlands, something somebody would use. Maybe Signets, Talismans.
Yeah.
Something useful, something playable in almost every deck.
Yeah, but I don't recommend buying individually if you don't necessarily know what they want. I also don't recommend, and this is actually a nice controversy for us, I don't recommend buying random packs for them. Like, if someone's like, hey, I know you're into Magic or whatever, I saw this like 3-pack at Walmart, it's like just a triple pack of Throne of Eldraine, or like Battle Bond. Yeah. Actually, Battle Bond would be pretty decent. Like Throne of Eldraine or something, like, here you go.
Like, and that's where I differ on that one. If somebody that doesn't play doesn't play Magic bought me packs of cards, I'd be thrilled. I'd be like, awesome.
I don't know, like, I guess
because they took the initiative to at least try.
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. Like, originally I was like on a stern, like, don't do it. But now I'm like really on the fence, leaning more towards your side, because it's like, I guess the effort's there.
Yeah, as a gift, a couple packs of cards. I wouldn't be too upset. I would be like, that's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Just I'm always thinking about just like as the Magic portion of me, where it's like okay, well, you got me throwing out a drain. There's like just garbage mostly in there.
And I think that's where you and I differ on that, is that you're looking for most specific things, where I'll take any cards anybody gives me.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll be okay with that. One thing we can agree on, however, is the holiday booster or the holiday pack that they sell in Walmart's
Is a
and
shit
Target
show.
and your local LGS or something like that sense. Do
Not
buy
buy
it. Take the money you use towards that and then just buy Magic the Gathering packs. Even if they're not the most standard packs or anything in that sense, we don't care. We're Magic players. We'll usually use them. That's why we play Commander, because we can use any cards versus if you play Standard, then someone gives you a pack of Amonkhet, you're kind of screwed. And that's one thing I do also recommend is if you're going for like the packs route, or you're like, I want to spend like, there is no budget or something in that sense, and you want to buy them something, a booster box is always good.
A booster box? That's
Why not?
36 packs.
Why not?
Why not? Why not just spend $150 instead of $15 on a few packs? Go balls deep, go hard, go home.
But once again, the holiday box, don't buy it just because the value of it is just not.
Do we have to remind them one more time?
Do not buy. All right. So all that being said and done, I think we've kind of made our points across. So in that case, let's switch over to our favorite step, which is going to be last call.
Last call.
So
Closing time.
all right, so final thoughts and the question to the people listening is, what are some things that you're planning on buying for the Magic person in your life? Maybe you're the Magic person in your life, and you're like, hey, I'm going to treat myself and just buy that shock land or like the fetch land that I just need because fuck it.
You want to know what I gave Eric last year?
What?
I gave Eric Lion's Eye Diamond last year.
Why? It's so unnecessary. Yeah, the Lions of Diamond, which is just sitting in his trade binder, he refuses to fucking sell. Once again, a reminder that there's not going to be an episode next week, just because it's Christmas and everything in that sense, and we want to celebrate with our friends and family.
Absolutely.
Speaking of family, let's mention our friends over at tcgplayer.com. In the description box below, once again, is the affiliate link to go to TCG Player. You can buy basically a lot of the stuff that you just heard here. Card sleeves, I know they sell over there. Playmats, they sell over there. Money, they totally don't, but they will take yours. And and if you use the affiliate link inside the description box, you're helping out the channel at the same time. You're going to be buying stuff for your friends and family anyway, so why not help the channel at the same time?
I hate you so much.
It's payback from all the fucking shit you were taking.
They don't sell money, but they'll take mine.
So
I'm happy they don't sell money.
I want to thank all of our subscribers, which are following up on screen right now. You guys are completely awesome.
Aaron, thank you so much for having me on this podcast. This has been so much fun. I cannot wait to be back.
Totally cool. And I'm definitely going to bring you back because there's a bunch of topics I want your opinions on. We're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, we're on Google Play, just a bunch of cool different places.
We're all over the interwebs.
All over the interwebs, including YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit
Smash
the
that
notification
subscribe
bell.
button. Hit that like button.
Like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. And we'll see you guys.
If you guys want to hear more of these antics, don't forget to hit subscribe.
We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.